If you're over 60, you may be facing a silent threat that few people talk about: your kidneys. These two fist-sized organs work non-stop, day and night, filtering toxins, balancing minerals, and regulating blood pressure. But as we age, their efficiency naturally declines. What's alarming is that many older adults have no symptoms until damage has already been done. Now here's the part that really matters. Some of the foods we've always believed to be healthy, yes, even the ones labeled natural or low-fat, can quietly contribute to rising creatinine levels, a key sign that your kidneys are under stress. And what's worse, most people don't realize it until it's too late. Over my 10 years of working with seniors across the US, I've seen time and again how seemingly innocent food choices slowly chip away at kidney health. It's not just about fast food or processed junk. It's about the everyday items in your fridge or pantry that you think are safe. That's why in this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 common foods that seniors should seriously reconsider if they want to protect their kidneys and reduce creatinine levels naturally. I'll explain what makes each food harmful, what it does inside the aging body, and most importantly, what you can eat instead to support your health without feeling restricted or overwhelmed. What makes this even more urgent is that food number 5, yes, number 5, is one I've heard countless patients and viewers praise as a superfood. But in reality, it could be quietly working against your kidneys. So don't miss it. In fact, if you find this topic helpful so far, or you're over 60 and truly want to stay ahead of your health, take a quick moment right now to tap the like button, hit subscribe to stay updated on content designed for your well-being, and drop a comment below telling me which food you're most surprised to hear about. I personally read each one. My goal isn't to scare you. It's to inform you, to empower you, and to help you take simple, sustainable steps to protect the organs that protect you every day. And trust me, once you know what's silently hurting your kidneys, you'll never look at your grocery list the same way again. So let's dive into the first food on our list. It might be something you just had for dinner last night: red meat, the protein that quietly wears down your kidneys. Let's start with a big one: red meat. If you're over 60, this might be a wake-up call. You've probably been told for decades that beef, lamb, and pork are rich in protein and great for strength. And while it's true that protein is essential, not all proteins are equal, especially when your kidneys are aging. Here's the problem. Red meat is particularly high in a compound called creatine, which the body naturally converts into creatinine, a waste product your kidneys must remove. And if your kidneys are already slowing down with age, that extra creatinine can build up in the blood, leading to concerning lab results and unnecessary strain on your filtering system. But that's not the only issue. In my work with older adults over the last 10 years, I've seen how diets heavy in red meat also contribute to metabolic waste overload, which forces the kidneys to work overtime. Combine that with high levels of saturated fat and inorganic phosphorus, and you've got a recipe for trouble, not just for your kidneys, but for your heart and bones too. Saturated fat increases LDL cholesterol, raising your risk of cardiovascular disease. Phosphorus, when not properly filtered, can pull calcium from your bones, weakening them, and cause calcium deposits in your blood vessels, making circulation harder and more dangerous. What most people don't realize is that red meat can quietly accelerate glomerular damage. That's the wear and tear on the tiny filtering units inside your kidneys. It can also promote atherosclerosis, or hardening of the arteries, which reduces blood flow to your kidneys and worsens function over time. But here's the encouraging part. You don't need to eliminate protein from your diet. You just need to make smarter choices. I often recommend switching to lean poultry, like skinless chicken or turkey. Even better, try fatty fish such as salmon or sardines. They're not only rich in high-quality protein, but also provide omega-3s, which reduce inflammation, a major bonus for both kidney and heart health. And don't overlook plant-based proteins like lentils, chickpeas, and tofu. These are not only easier on your kidneys, but also support digestion, heart health, and stable energy. If you're not ready to give up red meat entirely, that's okay. Just try to limit portions to 3 to 4 ounces per meal and aim for no more than twice a week. Even a small shift, like practicing a meatless Monday, can ease the burden on your kidneys and support long-term health. Remember, the goal isn't to restrict, it's to adapt with intention. Your kidneys have carried you through life's journey. Now it's your turn to carry them, with smarter fuel and thoughtful choices. 2. Dairy products, when healthy, turns harmful for aging kidneys. Let's take a closer look at something many of us grew up believing was good for our health: dairy products. If you're over 60 and trying to take care of your kidneys, this one deserves your full attention. Milk, cheese, yogurt, they've long been celebrated as nutrient-rich staples, packed with calcium and protein. And for younger people with healthy kidney function, they can be beneficial. But when it comes to aging kidneys, especially if your creatinine levels are rising, dairy may no longer be your friend. Here's why. Dairy products are naturally high in phosphorus, potassium, and animal protein, three things that weakened kidneys struggle to handle efficiently. As a health educator working with seniors for over a decade, I've seen this pattern too often. Clients come in proudly saying they've switched to low-fat or skim milk, thinking they're making the healthier choice. But the truth is, when your kidneys lose filtering capacity, it's not the fat that's the biggest problem, it's the mineral overload. Let's break it down. Phosphorus, when not cleared properly, builds up in the bloodstream. This excess pulls calcium from your bones, making them brittle and more prone to fractures. It also contributes to vascular calcification, where calcium deposits form in your arteries, adding stress to your heart and kidneys. Potassium, while essential, becomes dangerous when it accumulates in the blood. This can lead to hyperkalemia, a condition that causes muscle weakness, irregular heartbeat, and even sudden cardiac arrest in extreme cases. Even healthier versions of dairy, like low-fat or fat-free milk, still contain these high mineral loads. And unlike calories or fat, minerals don't show up on the scale, but they silently stress your kidneys day after day. Now for the good news. You don't have to give up creamy textures or comfort foods altogether. There are kidney-friendly alternatives that are just as satisfying and far gentler on your body. Try unsweetened almond milk, oat milk, or rice milk. Most are naturally lower in phosphorus and potassium. Many brands are now calcium fortified, giving you bone support without overburdening your kidneys. For yogurt lovers, consider dairy-free varieties made from coconut or cashews. These plant-based options are smooth, gut-friendly, and easier to digest. And when it comes to cheese, vegan options made from nuts or soy can provide that savory taste you enjoy, without the hidden kidney risks. Here's a practical tip. When shopping, look for labels that say kidney-friendly, low phosphorus, or calcium fortified. These small shifts can go a long way in protecting your health long-term. I always remind my clients, your kidneys are incredibly resilient, but only if you give them the chance to breathe. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet. Just choose smarter, not stricter. 3. Bananas, when convenient, becomes dangerous. If you're over 60 and working to protect your kidneys, there's one fruit you might be reaching for each morning that could quietly be putting your health at risk: bananas. Yes, bananas, often hailed as the perfect snack. They're portable, easy to digest, naturally sweet, and for years, they've been considered a staple of a healthy diet. But here's the problem. A medium banana contains around 400 to 450 milligrams of potassium, and that's a lot for kidneys that aren't filtering as efficiently as they used to. As we age, our glomerular filtration rate, GFR, declines, a natural part of the aging process. This means your kidneys may not clear potassium from the bloodstream as effectively. And when potassium starts to build up, the result is a condition called hyperkalemia. Hyperkalemia is more than just a lab result. It can trigger muscle weakness, fatigue, tingling sensations, and even dangerous heart rhythms. I've seen older patients come in with irregular heartbeats and low energy, only to find their potassium levels were through the roof, and bananas were a daily habit. The tricky part is that there are often no warning signs until potassium levels reach a dangerous threshold. That's why being mindful of potassium intake, especially from fruits like bananas, is so important. But let me be clear, you don't have to eliminate fruit from your life. You just have to choose smarter. Fruits like apples, blueberries, strawberries, grapes, and peaches are not only lower in potassium, but they also provide antioxidants, fiber, and hydration, all essential for healthy aging. They're kidney-friendly and heart-smart. Also, be cautious with banana-based products. Smoothies, banana chips, or banana bread can deliver a concentrated potassium load in just a few bites or sips. Here's what I often tell my clients. Even healthy foods can become harmful when your kidneys are under strain. It's not about fear, it's about awareness. And the good news? Once you learn what your body can and can't tolerate, you're back in the driver's seat. By switching to lower potassium fruits, you reduce pressure on your kidneys, stabilize your heart rhythm, and feel more energized day to day. Small change, big impact. 4. Processed foods, the hidden threat lurking in your pantry. If you're over 60 and trying to protect your kidneys, there's one category of food that could be silently undermining your health, and it might already be a regular part of your day: processed and packaged foods. We're talking about chips, deli meats, frozen dinners, canned soups, instant noodles, and even so-called healthy snack bars. These foods are convenient, yes. They're fast, flavorful, and easy to store. But behind that convenience lies a powerful threat, especially for aging kidneys. Here's the issue: most processed foods are packed with sodium, phosphorus additives, and artificial preservatives. This combination can overwhelm kidneys that are already filtering less efficiently due to age or early-stage kidney disease. Let's break this down. Sodium is one of the biggest culprits. It causes your body to retain fluid, which raises blood pressure, one of the leading causes of chronic kidney disease. High blood pressure forces your kidneys to work harder and can gradually damage the tiny blood vessels that support filtration. Phosphorus additives, which often show up on ingredient lists with prefixes like phos-, are absorbed far more quickly than natural phosphorus from whole foods. This can lead to calcium-phosphorus imbalance, contributing to bone thinning, vascular calcification, and cardiovascular strain, all things we want to avoid as we age. And then there are the trans fats, preservatives, and artificial flavorings, many of which have been linked to chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and heart disease, all of which also impact kidney function. In my experience working with older adults, I've often seen people struggle with symptoms like swollen ankles, fatigue, or poor circulation, without realizing that their diet was quietly contributing to the problem. They weren't eating fast food every day, but a little here, a little there, a sandwich with deli meat, a microwave meal, some crackers in the evening, and over time, it all adds up. So what's the solution? It starts with awareness. Begin by reading food labels. Watch for ingredients like sodium phosphate, potassium chloride, monosodium glutamate, MSG, and other long chemical names. These are often signs that the food has been altered in ways that are hard on your kidneys. Whenever possible, choose whole, unprocessed foods. Cook at home using fresh ingredients and season with herbs instead of salt. For quick snacks, try air-popped popcorn, sliced carrots, or bell peppers with hummus, or a handful of unsalted nuts if your potassium levels are in range. If you enjoy the convenience of frozen meals, consider making your own in batches, using low-sodium broths, lean protein, and fresh vegetables. Freeze portions ahead of time so you have grab-and-go options without the hidden dangers. Remember, the choices you make today determine how your kidneys function tomorrow. Processed food may be fast, but healthy kidneys are for life. And that's a trade worth making. 5. EGGS. Why egg yolks may be risky for aging kidney. I remember speaking with a client in her early 70s. She was healthy, active, and proud of her breakfast routine: 2 sunny-side-up eggs every morning, always with toast and a smile. She said, "It's simple, doctor. Eggs are healthy, right?" Well, yes and no. Eggs are absolutely nutritious. But when we're talking about aging kidneys, it's not about the egg as a whole. It's about the part that most people don't think twice about: the yolk. You see, while the yolk contains important nutrients like vitamin A and choline, it's also packed with phosphorus and saturated fat, 2 ingredients that can put extra strain on kidneys that are no longer working at full capacity. Here's what I often explain to my older clients. When kidney function declines, which is common after age 60, the body has a harder time getting rid of excess phosphorus. And when that mineral starts to build up in your blood, it does more than just disrupt lab results. It pulls calcium from your bones, weakens your skeleton, and contributes to calcified arteries, raising your risk for both fractures and cardiovascular events. Add to that the saturated fat found in yolks, which can raise LDL cholesterol, and you've got a food that quietly adds pressure to both your kidneys and your heart, especially if it's on the menu daily. But don't worry, this doesn't mean eggs are off the table forever. The good news is, egg whites are your best friend here. They contain no phosphorus, no saturated fat, and offer clean, complete protein that supports muscle strength without burdening your kidneys. You can use them in omelets, scrambles, baking, you name it. And if you're someone who likes variety, plant-based egg alternatives made from mung beans or chickpeas are becoming more available and kidney-friendly too. Here's a quick tip. If you really enjoy whole eggs, keep it to 1 to 2 per week, and always combine them with low-phosphorus foods like onions, tomatoes, or vegetables sautéed in olive oil. It's about balance, not restriction. Your kidneys might not send you loud signals, but they're doing quiet, constant work every day. Choosing wisely, even with something as small as an egg, can go a long way in preserving their strength. 6. Potatoes, comfort food that's not so comforting for your kidneys. Mashed, baked, roasted potatoes are more than just a side dish. For many of us, they're a source of warmth and tradition. From family dinners to holiday feasts, potatoes have a way of showing up on the table again and again. But here's the part most people don't realize. If you're over 60 and managing your kidney health, potatoes could be delivering more than comfort. They could be delivering dangerous levels of potassium, the kind your kidneys may struggle to eliminate. A medium white potato can contain over 900 milligrams of potassium, nearly half of the daily limit recommended for someone with compromised kidney function. And it's not just white potatoes, sweet potatoes are high in potassium too. In healthy kidneys, potassium is filtered out efficiently. But as we age, that process slows down. The glomerular filtration rate, GFR, drops, and potassium begins to build up silently in the blood. The result? Hyperkalemia, a condition that can lead to fatigue, numbness, muscle weakness, and irregular heartbeat. In severe cases, it can trigger life-threatening cardiac arrhythmias. What's tricky is that this buildup usually happens without symptoms until it becomes dangerous. I've worked with seniors who were eating clean, yet unknowingly consuming too much potassium just from everyday staples like potatoes. But does that mean you have to give up your favorite comfort food? Not necessarily. There are simple strategies to enjoy potatoes more safely. Here's what I often recommend. First, remove the skin. That's where much of the potassium is stored. Next, soak potato slices in water for at least 4 hours, then boil them. This method can reduce potassium content by up to 70%. Even with this method, keep portions modest and limit intake to occasional meals, not daily habits. Better yet, explore lower potassium alternatives that can still deliver comfort and satisfaction. Try cauliflower mash as a creamy substitute for mashed potatoes, or roast zucchini, carrots, or parsnip fries for a crispy, savory side that won't overwhelm your kidneys. What matters most is consistency. Choosing these alternatives a few times a week instead of always defaulting to potatoes can significantly reduce the potassium load on your kidneys without sacrificing flavor or enjoyment. Your kidneys don't need you to be perfect. They just need you to be aware and intentional. So the next time you're reaching for that familiar potato dish, take a moment to ask yourself, is there a kinder choice I can make for my kidneys today? Because sometimes, real comfort comes from knowing you're nourishing your body the way it truly needs. 7. Avocados, a superfood with a hidden risk for aging kidneys. In today's health world, few foods get as much praise as avocados. They're creamy, rich in healthy fats, loaded with fiber, and often labeled as a superfood. But if you're over 60 and dealing with kidney issues, there's one detail that often gets left out of the conversation. Avocados are extremely high in potassium, and that could spell trouble for your kidneys. Let's put it into perspective. Just 100 grams of avocado, that's less than one whole fruit, can contain around 975 milligrams of potassium. For comparison, that's more than twice as much as a banana. Now, if your kidneys are healthy, this may not be a big deal. But for seniors, especially those with reduced glomerular filtration rate, GFR, or early-stage chronic kidney disease, CKD, this level of potassium can be hard to eliminate from the bloodstream. As potassium builds up, you may begin to feel fatigue, tingling in your limbs, or irregular heartbeats. But more often than not, there are no warning signs until it becomes dangerous. In my years working with older adults, I've met countless people who added avocados to their daily smoothies or sandwiches, thinking they were doing something great for their bodies, only to learn during routine blood work that their potassium levels were far too high. But don't worry, you don't have to say goodbye to creamy textures and plant-based fats altogether. The key is to control your portions and explore lower potassium alternatives that offer similar benefits. For example, mashed green peas or edamame can mimic that smooth avocado texture. Hummus is a flavorful, protein-rich spread made from chickpeas that's easier on your kidneys. Tahini, made from sesame seeds, offers healthy fats and creaminess with far less potassium. If you truly love avocados and want to keep them in your diet, here's what I recommend. Limit yourself to no more than 1/8 of a medium avocado per serving. and always pair it with low-potassium foods like cucumbers, lettuce, or white rice to help balance the meal. Also, be cautious with guacamole, especially store-bought versions that may include salt and hidden additives. When possible, make your own at home in small portions so you have full control over the ingredients. Remember, not all healthy foods are kidney-friendly. That's why understanding your body and how it changes with age is so important. Avocados aren't bad, but if your kidneys are slowing down, they're simply not the right fit every day. And that's okay, because nourishing your body means choosing what supports it best, not just what's trending. You made it to the end, and I hope by now, you're seeing your kitchen and your food choices through a new lens. We've uncovered some surprising truths today, not because food is bad, but because our bodies change with age, and so must the way we care for them, especially when it comes to our kidneys. Remember, your kidneys are silent workers. They won't often send you loud warning signals until things are already out of balance. That's why these small, mindful changes, like choosing the right fruits, switching up your proteins, or reading labels more carefully can make all the difference. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Just start with one small change this week. Maybe it's skipping the extra serving of potatoes. Maybe it's swapping banana for blueberries. Or maybe it's just becoming more aware of what you eat and how it makes you feel. And here's the most important part. You're not alone in this. Thousands of seniors across the country are taking these same steps to reclaim their health and live with more energy, clarity, and strength. You're part of something bigger, a growing movement of older adults choosing to age smart, not just age. So if this video helped you, or if you learned even one thing today that surprised you, please tap that like button. It helps more people find this kind of life-changing information. Backhand index pointing right, and don't forget to subscribe, because I'm releasing new videos every week with practical tips on how to eat, move, and live better after 60. Speech balloon, got a question? Or did one of the foods on this list surprise you? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay curious, and always remember, small steps lead to big change, especially when it comes to your kidneys.